is JT. I'm testing out something here. I got a controller in the mail because I could not settle for the Xbox 360 controller. I am a PS3 user. I switched over to Xbox 360 just because the majority of, I guess, the good players play on Xbox. So I decided, whatever, I'll go there. But, I don't use a stick. Grew up using a Super Nintendo. So started from there for the beginning. Been playing for 20 years. Pad has been what suits me. Sega Saturn actually is my favorite pad. I was using that one for the PS3. I have a USB one. Actually works on the PS3. See? If you can see, Sega Saturn is the best controller ever made for me. And the end is USB cord. See? It's Sega. Sega made it. USB. Can't use it on the Xbox 360, and that is why it forced me to get this controller. Well, actually, I had a converter to plug a PS2 controller into the Xbox 360, which is over here. It's connected to the Xbox 360, that little box right there. See, there's a PS3 switch or 360. You could also use that for the PS3 if you wanted to put an Xbox 360 controller and play, first-person shooters with that. I find it to be more accurate with the analog, and the triggers feel better for that type of gameplay. Even on PS3, they really didn't do a good job of changing their trigger buttons, the R2 and L2, to what they turned to. They definitely need to be convex. So, whatever, like I play Bayonetta. Bayonetta's much better with the 360 controller on the PS3 due to the fact that, the moving out of the way and dodging and stuff, it's much better, get it off much more accurately. Your fingers won't slip off an accident, But anyways, got that converter, and I needed another controller because the Xbox 360 pad, not cutting it. So what I actually did was try to cut the Xbox 360 controller. Tried to cut the D-pad, and I sliced all up in it and jacked it all up, and look at it. I tried to make it like a Sega Saturn pad because it was horrible. This D-pad is the worst D-pad I've ever used. And, I'm getting beat by people. And I know clearly I could win if I had the Sega Saturn controller. But I don't have it, so I found an alternate. And it's a PS2 controller.
CoastToCoastMixtapes.com.
And that converter that I was telling you about, you can also plug in a PS2 controller and use it on the 360. And I found a controller, and here it is. It is the Street Fighter 15th Anniversary Chun-Li Edition pad. Now, it is situated just like the Sega Saturn. It has the 6 buttons. The select and start buttons over here, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. They have a hologram right here, and when you move it up and down, it's like Chun-Li's kicking. Like control pad is actually kind of like the Xbox 360, just in the design of the look, but the pad has a clicky. I don't know if you can call it a clicky feel, but it's very noticeable when you don't have to put pressure down on a direction for you to go in that direction. I find that I can do my thumb placement like I do in fighting games. I really don't play fighting games like this. That would actually make it seem like the pad sucks because you're putting too much effort into it. Just rest my finger. That play. And anyway, has the LNRs up here. They're not as big as the Sega Saturn, but they are actually a bit effective. You can just rest your fingers on here. You know, so the only thing that I thought was kind of weird was it's really thick. It's a pretty thick controller. It's like, feels like I'm holding a Dreamcast controller or something. But other than that, this controller is excellent, and what I wanted to do was have a trial here and see how the controller does. I'm going to try to go through as many people's trials as I can, just with Ken and T-Hawk on here, and see, you know, how good they are, how good the controller is for me, and how accurate. Okay, so just sit back and just watch if you want. Thanks. Alright, here we go. Hadoukens come out. That's lucky. Perfect. Sure you can. Works like a dream. Okay.